Thanks, Dominic. This is the fun stuff here, the building a sustainable future. It's the series of projects that give me hope. So I've been involved in a number of them in the last 20 years or so, which doesn't mean, one still doesn't resist war or try to build a peace culture. You do, and yet, relatively speaking, this other stuff, as difficult as it is, seems to me actually easier. At some point, and again, it was about 20 years ago or so, having a discussion with good friends, Greens, by the way, who somehow we got into questions as to what we would have on our headstones. And yeah, it wasn't as macabre as it sounds. It was lighter hearted and all that. And I thought what I didn't want was he kept the world from becoming a worse place, which is essentially what's a nice summary of my political work to that date. So instead I thought, well, let's build the world we want to live in. Let's act as if, that as if is really important. The evil that David has talked about and the obstacles to all the positive change that Jill and Kristen had mentioned wasn't there. And it's, I think as many of you know, easier than you think, right? And so in my particular experience, it's been various sorts of grassroots, I call them greening initiatives. Whatever the particular institution or practice is, you attempt to improve it or build another one. So I've been involved in efforts around farmers markets. For example, the Troy Waterfront Farmers Market was there at the creation. I've been involved in a number of other sustainable agriculture initiatives, including participation in community-supported agriculture and various sorts of attempts to move away and back from conventional heavy agrochemical dependent farming to organic agriculture. I've been very involved in attempting to make institutions, including especially universities and municipalities, perform better in environmental terms, ultimately move toward climate neutrality. And given time constraints, I'll stop there with examples. But again, just say that this is the kind of stuff people get excited and enthusiastic about. It's fun, it's interesting. You meet new people, you make friends, you make common cause on essentially, no-brainer improvements to energy conservation or a transition away from fossil fuels toward renewables, to again feeding ourselves and housing ourselves in better arrangements, to alternatives to automobility, movements toward pedestrian and bicycle and improved mass transit. This whole slew of happy green change the world projects that again are often, not completely, but often happening outside or beside, parallel to typical institutions that allow you to keep the old paradigms at arm's length, allow you to overcome some obstacles that if you were just banging your head against a bureaucratic wall, you might not be otherwise, and to have a whole bunch to show for it, right? So you know this, that solar and wind are the fastest growing means by which we generate electricity, that organic foodstuffs is the only category of food that's growing in terms of consumption, that more and more of us are shopping at places like farmers markets or buying a share of a farmer's crop. These are exciting, transformational, sustainable, grassroots, face-to-face, often low-tech and human-scale initiatives that, again, give me hope, that attract young people, that are wholly satisfying and both body and soul, and that I think are a really bright spot in our future. Thank you.